listening to the Peach Mix Elementary Radio Club on Walapai 100.9. I am Thorin, your elementary radio host. Today we are at the Mirage Matchup Center to interview John Bloom, the radio broadcaster for the Phoenix Suns. Mr. Bloom, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, our question is, Mr. Group Bloom, how old were you when you started producing radio broadcasting?
Ooh, good question. Well, I think the first time that I was on the radio, I was calling my favorite radio station in San Francisco, California, and I was 9 years old. And I was just a fan, but I had something I wanted to say, and they gave the phone number on the radio, so I called the phone number on the phone that I had at my house, and I went on. And at that point, I don't even think my parents knew that I was going on the radio. And then afterwards, I told them that I was just on the radio, and I don't think they believed me even that time. It took a couple more years. I think I was 11 years old when I did it again. And that time they were listening when I called. And that was just me as a kid feeling like I had a place where I could call and voice my own voice, right? Where I could say what was on my mind. And it was just because the guy who was hosting the radio show that I happened to be listening to said the phone number in a way that I could remember it, and I could dial it, and I could actually have a conversation on the radio. And that maybe planted something in my head that I would like to do this for my job when I got older.
That's cool. And our next question is, what is your favorite TV show?
Ooh, favorite TV show? It's a good question. It kind of changes, right? I watch a lot of TV with my wife and my daughters. We have a show that's, I would say it's probably our favorite show to watch as a family is The Amazing Race. You know that one? Yeah, we like seeing all the different places in the world and watching these families or couples or whatever, race each other around the world. So that's a fun one. I'm going to go with that one.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you for listening to Walapai 100.9. Hi, I'm Amaya Hamilton with Walapai 100.9 and the Elementary Radio Club. What do you think is the most important thing for students to know?
Most important thing for students to know. Well, there's a lot for you guys to know, right? I mean, you're learning stuff that I didn't learn in school. But I would say for me, much like I shared with your classmate, learning what your passion is, what you really love in life, gives you a little bit of a leg up because it allows you to focus on maybe what you could do to keep that passion involved in your life as you get older. If that makes sense, maybe it's part of what your job is. Like for me, getting to do radio is something I've loved since I was a little kid. So to get to sit here now and talk to you guys about doing it, it's like a dream come true. But I would say being able to figure out what really drives you, what gets you excited about life is a good way to go, because then if you can follow that, then you'll always be into what you're doing, right?
Thank you.
This is Lasheen with Walapai 100.9. Thank you for having us here today. The question that I'm going to ask you is, do you enjoy watching all the games?
Ooh, Lasheen, I love basketball. So yes, I love watching the games. It is definitely my favorite part of my job is that I get to come here to Mortgage Matchup Center and I get to see the guys who are the best at playing basketball in the world play it right in front of us. And then the other part of it for me is actually getting to describe it for the people who can't come. The people who can't, buy the ticket to come watch the game, or they can't make it to the arena that night, and maybe they're driving around and they're delivering DoorDash to people, or they're, a mailman, or they're a fireman, or they're somebody out there who's a paramedic that's helping people, but they happen to be a big Suns fan and they can't get to a television to watch it, so they're listening to it in their car. That's what I love. I love being able to provide, the play-by-play, which is my job, to the people who can't get a chance to see it, but I do love to see it myself, and I love watching basketball. So good question, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Precious. I was Walapai 100.9. I was wondering, what's your favorite catchphrase?
My favorite catchphrase? Well, I have favorite catchphrases that are not mine, that I grew up listening to. And then I obviously have ones that I've created that I use. So I'll give you one of each. How about that? I'd say that, this is so hard. Well, when I was growing up in the Bay Area, the San Francisco Giants were my favorite baseball team. And there was this, phrase that we had as kids called hum baby. So that was my favorite as a kid because Hank Greenwald would use it. And he was one of those guys I was listening to growing up on the radio that was right next to my head, which made me fall in love with this. So I would say that. And then my favorite one is that I get to use on the radio for the Phoenix Suns is ones my friends have really adapted. They made a t-shirt, kind of maybe even making fun of it a little bit, but I'm still going to go with it. It's the deuce and the damage. So when someone gets fouled, I know a lot of people like to say it's an and one, right? When someone gets fouled, they make the shot and one, right? I say that's the deuce and the damage. So that's the deuce is the 2 points. The damage is the foul. And then they go and they make the 3-point play. So that's mine. I created that when I was in college and I just keep going with it.
Thank you.
I am Shianne from Walapai 100.9 and the Elementary Radio Club. Thank you for meeting with us today. Can you give us you're listening to Walapai 100.9 and your best radio broadcaster voice?
Oh, yeah. Let's do this. All right. So make sure I'm saying it right. We're just doing Hualapai 100.9. Okay. Do you want me to introduce myself and then say it, or just say it? Say it.
Introduce yourself.
All right. I'll do that too. Hey, this is John Bloom, voice of the Phoenix Suns, and you're listening to Hualapai 100.9.